The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club is known worldwide for their record-breaking number of members and how they all roam around in its much-cherished Harley-Davidsons. The club has a separate fan base, and it's home to more than 3,000 members. They have been established globally and are welcoming more and more members. They have a rebellious attitude, and sometimes they commit the unimaginable. They escape most of the time, but the times were not in their favor as the outlaws got caught up in ignoring the law of the country. What happened to the members of Hells Angels Motorcycle Club? Would they be convicted under the law? At number 1, we have Adam Lee Hall. Adam Lee Hall is one of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club members who committed the unthinkable. During Hurricane Irene, when people were experiencing one of the worst disasters, Adam Lee Hall was in a panic as he tortured 3 Pittsfield men and later on killed them brutally. This 36-year-old dismembered the bodies of the victims and dumped the remains in Becket with the help of his accomplices. Adam Hall, along with 46-year-old Chalue and 32-year-old Veiovis, planned and kidnapped the Pittsfield victims. It was on 28 August 2011 that these notorious men took these victims from Frampton's Pittsfield home. Would they be able to prove his innocence? Do you think Adam Lee murdered the Pittsfield men? The murder of the Pittsfield men has raised the curiosity of the people, as the cops were not able to find the weapons used for killing these men. Added to this, the intention of the murderer was not found. The connection between the 3 accused men was not proved in court. There exists no forensic evidence, and the 3 men could easily escape the courtroom soon. But the former girlfriend of Adam spoke against him and became one of the major witnesses who saw Adam carrying a gun. The case was transferred to Springfield due to huge publicity the case received, and the authorities wanted to move it from Berkshire County. The first-degree convictions against Adam were held by the Supreme, while the charge of kidnapping one of the victims was removed. Adam had requested to end this trial and begin a new one, but it was rejected by the court altogether. In 2014, all 3 of the accused, including Adam, were convicted by the court for first-degree charges. 4 consecutive life sentences will be served by Adam Lee Hall, and he wouldn't be able to get out of prison anytime soon, as no parole is allowed for him. On number 4, we have David Chalue. David Chalue has to serve 3 consecutive life sentences with no parole for the triple murder case of Robert Chadwell, Edward Frampton, and David Glasser. He would have to spend his life in jail for 3 consecutive life sentences to realize the value of life he took away purposefully. The court found the murder to be extremely cruel and atrocious. The entire world was shocked to know that the victims were brutally tortured and then dismembered with no remorse. On number 3, we have Joseph Lancia. Joseph Lancia is a member of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, hailing from Smithfield. This 30-year-old kept a pistol in his possession without a license. On June 12, 2019, Lancia fired his gun at Richard while the victim was driving the truck. They had a dispute over the membership of a Hell Angel Motorcycle Club, and Lancia shot at the victim in Messer Street. The major evidence which was provided against him was the CCTV camera recording collected from the Hell Angel Motorcycle Club. He has been charged with 5 years in prison, and he cannot go near the victim for the next 8 years due to the no-contact order. Have you heard about the famous Hells Angels Motorcycle Club in Sonoma? On number 2, we have the trio Hells Angels. Jonathan Nelson, Russell Taylor Ott, and Brian Wayne Wendt were accused of the murder of Joel Silva, who was a member of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. They had disputed with each other as the 3 accused found Joel Silva to be quite problematic to the club. The submission of evidence against them was completed. They cremated the body of Silva in the local cemetery after brutally killing him. They were also accused of other charges, such as robbery and extortion. They are serving a life sentence in prison. On number 1, we have Maurice Mom Boucher. The notorious criminal was involved in numerous crimes and drug trafficking. The crime boss had created a legacy for himself among the bikers of Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. He did not leave prison since 2000 and later died of throat cancer. He was even convicted of murdering prison officers in Quebec. Authorities had to transfer him from one jail to another due to several failed attempts of assassination. He has 2 children, and they were informed about his death. The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club grieved their irreplaceable loss. Which member of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club do you find the most dangerous? Have you ever thought about visiting the club? Let us know in the comments.